You can tell if a manager doesn't know how to do their job if their go-to statement is to correct the people who work the hardest and avoid confrontation with the people who are lazy. The issue is I'm the worst person to do that to. Because, yeah, I work hard. I get great customer reviews, I tend to do all the weekly tasks, and since I'm a mid-shift, I tend to do all the stocking. Whipped cream, sweet creams, you name it. But weirdly, I'll get critiqued by management on the opens and closes when I'm not even there. Hey, I noticed the opener forgot to do this. Can you make sure that you prep for that? No, I'm not a manager. Or an opener. Hey, the closing forgot to do this. Do you mind prepping for that? I mean, I can, but like, I'm out hours before close. Also, I'm not you, the manager. Today, the manager told me that I should tell the closer to be ready to prep vanilla, because he had to get it from the back. And I told him, no, that's his job. Also, too, the store was completely clean and all the weekly tasks are done. Plus, I did 3 of the monthly tasks yesterday. I told him, as a manager, he should be a better opener and learn to prioritize his tasks correctly. And if he has a problem with it, correct the people that actually did the problem.
Let's hear what you got.
All right. Well, these
Wrap it up.
What's up, y'all? I woke up today feeling how I feel, and I guess I kind of let depression get the best of me today. So I just been writing in my phone, so I'm just gonna read what I wrote. I hate sleeping. My sweetest dreams are nightmares. My nightmares are worse. Lately I've been dreaming about my father. Every day I wake up in a kind of emotional pain that I don't understand enough to explain. I'm 26 years old, but in my dreams, whenever I'm around my father, I feel like a child. My childhood was horrible. I was beaten relentlessly every other day for something different. Nothing I ever said was good enough. Nothing I ever did was good enough for my father to be proud of his firstborn son. My mom destroyed our family for a nigga that's using her just to get on his own 2 feet, just to leave whenever he's ready. But she allows him to parent my 14-year-old sister, and I don't trust him at all. My grandma, on my father's side of the family, worked hard to destroy my sense of purpose, my self-esteem, and tried to pin me against my mom's side of the family most of my life. She was deep in witchcraft in her younger years, and those spirits she allowed into her space, they never left. They lashed out at my father and have been trying to latch on to me since I was born. True story. I got anger issues. I'm violent by nature. I've been jumped multiple times, stabbed, shot, bullets still sitting in my chest. I've been drugged, betrayed in every way, yet I'm still always calm, quiet, and I avoid altercations by all means. I've been teaching myself how to deal with my emotions in a positive way. Maybe I'm just too sensitive. My emotions are intense though. I've been depressed for years, anger issues and all, yet I'm still a kind person. I'm the nicest guy you can meet, but my demeanor screams do not approach me. I'm socially awkward. I don't know how to interact in situations with other people because I'm just me. All my so-called friends cross me except for one. Shout out Shooter Pete, you're real. My family has completely turned their backs on me, despite the fact that they made me into the monster that I am. I attracted toxic women due to my demeanor and disposition. None of those relationships worked out. Now I have 2 sons of my own and I can't seem to even be in their life. I gotta take her to court and get joint custody just to see my sons. 2 years ago, I met a girl. Thought she was the one God made for me. Turns out she couldn't be trusted either. I'm completely disconnected from everything but pain. I keep trying not to say it, but I hate my life. I hate my fucking life. So much I used to want to end it. But I think about the fact that my younger brother believes in me so wholeheartedly that I would be betraying him and my sons if I end my own life. So yes, I still hate my fucking life, but I'm working hard to create a better life. One that I love living. It's hard getting out of the situation I'm in with no support, especially knowing that my family can help. But they just make excuses instead. Cool. When you see me accomplishing everything I talked about, everything I wanted since a child, do not reach out. At that point, I won't even care if my mother or father are proud of my success. To be honest, I don't even care now. I've been carrying around all this weight my whole life, and most of it ain't even mine. I'm finally letting go. I could talk for a whole year about 3784, just alone, and still won't be done. It's the same for 3718. The shit I've been through in detail sound like the origin story of a supervillain. I'm proud of myself for still managing to keep my mindset intact. Y'all broke me. When I'm done rebuilding myself, you will not recognize me.
I do really badly under high stress situations, or like situations where maybe I should be a little bit more mindful, because honestly, like, if somebody comes at me crazy, half the time I don't even realize what's happening before they're gone. And also I'm just like, why do white people do that? Why do white people put me in a situation that I did not ask to be in? For example, yesterday I went to the beach because I was getting my photos taken in my traditional clothes by a photographer. I had a session that I hadn't used with him, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And he was like, oh my god, it would be so cool to get a photo of you in your traditional clothes. Mind you, he's white, okay? Like, he wasn't even the person to do anything wrong. So I take my happy ass to the beach, change into my clothes, get ready. I'm standing on the beach, getting ready to take these pictures, and he's like, how about you get on that picnic table and you just like stand up and you spread your arms back, you know, and really like look to the sky, make it look like angelic. Mind you, if you guys want to know what the clothes looked like, I posted a bunch of videos on TikTok yesterday of like me in my traditional clothes, just so you get the idea of like what I was wearing. Well, I listened, I got up on the picnic table and I spread my arms to the sky, and I was waiting for these lovely photos to be taken when a white couple, an elderly white couple, decides to walk by. And I'm like, oh my god, here we go, because I can see the way that they're looking at me, and I'm like, they're about to say something. But I'm thinking, you know, I live in Maine for the most part, even though people are somewhat problematic and racist, they try to be polite. So I didn't have like any crazy expectations. And then the older man looks at me up and down, and then he opens his mouth and he says, wow, you look like a, and then calls me a Romani slur. And, you know, I don't get called slurs often, okay? Not very often. I think that when you're somebody who is significantly lighter skinned, even if you are a person of color, or it depends on your region, honestly. I'm not saying that y'all can't be called slurs, but I don't get called slurs very often, and if I do get called slurs often, it's usually on the internet by, like, people who specifically hate, like, my ethnic background, okay? It's not like people in my day-to-day life like walk up to me and call me slurs, and 99% of the time, if they do call me a slur, it's an inaccurate slur, just like yesterday. So I'm looking at him, he just called me a slur. I don't really know what to say, because like, I'm offended, but I'm not offended because he offended me and my people, but he said something offensive about a people, and he was also ignorant in saying his slur, and so I was confused, and I was like, how do I even handle this? And honestly, I just felt so uncomfortable that I laughed. I didn't know what else to do in that situation. I was like, all right, that just happened. And the photographer looked at me, and I looked at the photographer, and the photographer looked at them, and he looked back at us, and he clearly knew that something had happened, but I guess he didn't register that he had just said a slur. But he did, with full confidence, directly at me. I don't know, maybe he thought it was a compliment. I don't know why white people do anything.
Did you get enough love, my little dove? Why do you cry?
I can't get this shit out fast enough. Don't y'all hate when you already a crazy ass motherfucker yourself, but you try to be the bigger person of the shit and just try to talk it out. and they had the audacity to walk out while the fuck you talking or get an attitude or try to pop the fuck out, you better be lucky that I pray before I walk in here, because I'm gonna beat your ass. So now I'm finna go and turn the fuck up since you want me to go and be the Leo that I fucking am.
And the rain opened up the sky to get one last kiss. I love you like an alcoholic. One last